Quickly back to women's balance beam from China, Keilin Zi, who's recovering after falling.
And this is right at the end, her dismount, a beautiful 2.5 twist to end the routine, but unfortunately, she did have a fall. Remember, her teammate Dongfeng Xiao scored the highest score that we've seen so far on beam, a 9.7. Here's where the fall occurred on a tumbling series. Just couldn't hang on. So what is important is that the third Chinese athlete must stay on the balance beam in order to keep China in the lead.
This is Yang Yun, also from China.
She has been named to the Olympic squad. The Chinese have selected 9 women, 9 male athletes, and they will take them all to Sydney and decide the final team just 24 hours before the competition. Showing great flexibility in her split leaps. Again, the women's balance beam is all about combinations today, not just the difficult tumbling passes, but combining jumps and leaps along with the acrobatic skills. Very risky elements. The Chinese have 2 national championships per year. She just recently won the Chinese Nationals, which took place in May. Looks like this is a score that they'll be counting. She's just setting up for her dismount. Very interesting dismount, happens off the side. Double twist. And that's the score they'll use.
Boy, and it's a good one. First place, 9.8 for Yang Yun.
Take another look at this full twisting swing down. Boy, you have to be absolutely in line with that balance beam.
Shannon Miller from the US. That's an interesting mount.
Shannon, of course, is the Olympic champion on this apparatus. Has enjoyed a healthy career, many wins on the balance beam. Has not, however, had a great competition. The combination was supposed to combine it with a jump. Of course, the women will get bonus points for combining their movements.
We mentioned that Shannon is 23. Would a competition like this get her to maybe rethink her future?
She perhaps will do that, but knowing Shannon Miller, when she makes a decision, she pretty much sticks to it. This is a move that, well, not something that is characteristic of Shannon Miller, which is falling off the balance beam. I can't remember the last time I saw her do that.
And now having to get right back on the beam, regain the focus, when maybe the first inclination is to just say, I've had enough.
Shannon is a tough competitor. I think her reasons for coming back were just wanting to help the United States, and really felt that she could get herself back to an international level. Double back dismount, lots of height, unfortunately takes a second fall.
She'll score an 8.1, so disappointment for Shannon Miller.
Yeah, Vic, this hasn't been the comeback that she was hoping for. Here's the Miller. Was supposed to complete the twist and just doesn't stay on top in her handstand. A very difficult element. A lot of twisting and turning. You can see that you have to be bang on in order to complete this skill, a move that she performed at the World Championships and had named after her following the meet. Lots of height here. It wasn't a lack of energy, just had a little bit too much to give on the dismount.
And consolation from her coach. From Mississauga, Ontario, this is Aubrey Taylor.
Aubrey just finished 7th at the National Championships this year, and she's hoping to make the Olympic team. Those trials are in just a couple of weeks.
A native of Columbus, Ohio.
She's actually been training at Gymnastics Mississauga with Alex Bard and Svetlana Dekteva for the last 4 years. She said one of her strengths is that she's able to focus and keep herself calm, and I tell you, that comes in handy when you're on the balance beam. Punch front summy into a wolf jump. Those combinations will give her bonus points. And getting set for her dismount. She's going to tumble down the length of the balance beam. 2 flip-flops into a double twist.
Oh, very nice for Aubrey Taylor, who scores a 9.575, and she'll wind up in a 5th place tie behind the winner, Yang Yun. Welcome back to the Gymnastic Challenge 2000. Hands on the high bar, and they belong to Richard Ikeda from Canada. Last time we saw him, however, he fell on the men's pommel horse.
This is a very good apparatus for Richard. However, he was a finalist at the '96 World Championships, and he can fly on this event. He has a very difficult release element, which is a super E. There it is right there, a full twisting Tkachev. Double twisting dismount.
Very good for Richard Ikeda.
We'll take another look at this element. It's called a super E. It's the most difficult one you can do. He does it with a full twist, and he gets bonus points for that.
Cedric Guille of France.
I mentioned that Cedric has not been to many international events. He is a specialist, however, on high bar. What we're seeing today, it's the most spectacular by far, and here you get a good look at all the hand changes that are required, the different grips. A full twisting Jaeger. This is what the audience loves to see. They love to see the high flying release elements along with the dismounts, and that's unfortunate.
Stumbles on the way out to score a 9.35. From the Ukraine, Valery Goncharov.
Vicky has 2 very spectacular elements planned back-to-back. Those are called Kovacs, and he does 2 in a row. He is putting himself certainly in a good position for a fantastic all-around score. You can see just how quickly they move from movement to movement.
A little ballet of hands on the bar.
Dismount, triple back.
Oh.
Yeah, that's too bad. Such a difficult dismount, and he just failed a little bit on that landing. It's going to be a couple tenths.
Still scores a 9.6.
Another look at these high flying acrobatic skills, back to back, 2 Kovac saltos. Very difficult skills, and of course the audience loves this type of element. They can